Hello everyone, welcome to another one of my London walking videos. And I am back at the museums. I've again got out of South Kensington tube station and making my way towards the Victoria and Albert Museum, which is kind of opposite the Natural History Museum. If you have been following my videos, you will know that I went to the Natural History Museum only a couple of days ago. This was right after the COVID-19 pandemic and everything was in lockdown. The museum's only recently just reopened again. So I went and visited the Natural History Museum first. And today I'm coming back to go to the Victoria and Albert Museum. So here I am just crossing over the road to get to the Victoria and Albert Museum, which is the building right in front of us there. Okay, so you may have noticed that the street is very quiet here. It's empty, hardly anyone around. This is because we've just kind of slowly coming out of the COVID-19 lockdown, and the museum has only just recently reopened. On top of that, you can't just go into the museum whenever you want to anymore now. If you saw my Natural History Museum video, you will know that from now on. If you want to go to the museum, you have to go online and book a date and time, make an appointment, print out your ticket and take it with you to go into the museum. And also, as I was walking along, I saw this sign here, which basically say this is no longer the main entrance into the museum. This used to be the main entrance into the museum. It's quite a grand entrance, but now they have installed some kind of one-way system, and the main entrance here has become the exit, and we had to turn around, go around the back to enter via kind of the back door sort of thing. That's why I'm turning around and making my way towards the other side to get into the museum. I have already done a video on the Victoria and Albert Museum previously. That was around about 2 years ago. That time when I did the video, it was end of December. It was a cold, wet, and dark day. This time around, it's the exact opposite. You can see it's nice and bright and sunny. In fact, it was one of the hottest day, I think. It was really hot and humid that day. Doesn't look it. It looks beautiful on video, but it was hot. Also, due to this lockdown and the museum has only just reopened, only the ground floor of the museum was opened. The museum is massive. I think the Victoria and Albert Museum is one of the biggest art and design museum, and they have a fantastic collection of very beautiful things. But as far as I can tell, when I was there that day, when I tried to either go down to the basement level or up to the other floors, because they have several floors, I just couldn't go because the stairs were kind of closed, no entry sort of thing. So yes, only managed to see the ground floor level. And another thing was they closed at 3 o'clock that day, because normally the museum doesn't close until 5:30, 6 o'clock. But that day when we were there, I don't know if it's because they just recently reopened and they have to reorganize everything. Only the ground floor level was open. So if you want to go and see whatever it is that you want to see in the museum, make sure that they have fully opened and you can go and see everything, because when we were there that day, it was quite limited. Only the ground floor level was open. So here we are. We made it to kind of the back entrance, and now we are. And you can see they've installed a kind of a queuing system here, but actually there wasn't many people that day, and because we all had to book our ticket online in advance, so most people actually come pre-booked and got their tickets ready. That's why there wasn't a queue, hardly a queue at all. We only had to wait about 5 minutes or something, and we were able to get in. So we are now making our way into the museum. All right, so we are now inside the museum, and I think everything is pretty much self-explanatory here. You see what you see, so let's have a nice tour around the museum, and I will catch up with you a bit later on. Okay, so I'm walking around now looking for this famous statue of David. The famous big statue of David that was made by Michelangelo, and I think we are coming up to it now, right here. Now, this is obviously not the original. This is a copy, and according to the note I got, it was a gift to Queen Victoria from the Duke of Tuscany. It was a peace offering since the Duke refused to export a painting which the National Gallery in London had hoped to buy. So there you go. Some information on this statue for you. Okay, we're coming up now to a section on fashion, obviously, mainly European Western fashion from the old days. And it's really nice. All these mannequins are perfectly proportioned, very slim, very trim. And some of them, you wonder if it were based on real human, real people, because they're most of them are women, and some of them got such tiny waist. It's impossible to see how a normal woman would be able to fit into some of his costume because they're so tiny. And I think you'll be dead before starve yourself to death before you get such a waist. I mean, just look at this one here, for example. The waist is so tiny that I reckon most people would just bust the costume before they can squeeze into it. They just look so impossibly small waisted that it makes you feel fat just looking at them. Okay, so I have finished seeing everything on the ground floor of the museum, or at least I think I've seen everything on the ground floor. I'm now coming out to the garden to have a rest and enjoy some fresh air. Now, normally there's a section at the other end of the garden that sells some refreshment like tea, coffee, cake, biscuits, and things like that. There's actually a very nice tea room in the Victoria and Albert Museum as well, but all that is closed. It's not open. So I just thought I'd come out here, have a quick rest, and while I was sitting, I was told, or there's an announcement or something like that, that the museum will be closing in about half an hour. So I had a quick rest and then made my way out to exit the museum. Making my way out of the museum here and have to walk past the shopping area. So this is like a little section for a gift shop in the museum, and a lot of it was empty and closed as well. There's not much going on. And as mentioned previously, this was supposed to be the normal front entrance, the main entrance into the museum, which has now become the exiting area. So here we are, just walking through here to make our way out of the museum. That's it, everyone. We have finished with our tour of the Victoria and Albert Museum. I am now outside of it. Hope you enjoy watching it. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and I shall see you again in the next video. Thank you for watching. See you then. Bye.